we're gonna do like a segment, a winners and losers segment. Let's just jump right into that because all
Okay,
my notes kind of
let's do
go
it.
with that. So we do this with we've done this with the Masters or the majors, sorry, in the past, and we basically just pick out winners and losers, and we're gonna extend this one to the whole Hawaii swing because they are moving on to the West Coast, and they play those two in Hawaii. So let's get into some winners. Who do you have for winners of this Hawaii swing?
The Hawaii swing,
Besides the actual winners, Harris English and Kevin Na are no brainers.
right?
What do you got?
I like you guys. I think talked about him last week. Joaquin Neiman, right? Is that how you say
Yeah.
his first name? Joaquin.
Everybody asked me. I think I
like,
call him Joaquin, like
like,
Joaquin Phoenix.
like you're the expert on his name for
Yeah,
some reason.
exactly. I
Like
am.
Joaquin Phoenix. Okay,
But
Joaquin
it's Joaquin
Neiman.
Phoenix. Now I'm off.
yeah.
Now I'm off.
Joaquin Neiman.
Joaquin Neiman.
He's my biggest winner out of this whole thing. He it's some quick stats for you. One stat? No, actually, I got two stats. So he started 45th in the world going into this. Now he's 25th in the world. So moved up 20 spots. And he's 45 under in his last 8 rounds.
Damn.
And he's only 22 years old.
That's the craziest thing out of the whole thing is he can young. Barely drink.
Yeah, exactly. He wouldn't have your issue this month. He's
he's popping bottles.
His swing is weird. I don't his swing
Do
is
you think so?
Yeah, I think it's just like exaggerated maybe. Is that it?
Because he weighs 37 pounds.
Yeah.
And his club probably is taller than he I feel like he's a small dude and he swings aggressive, but I feel like I think he's got good tempo and
no doubt about that. It's just it's not like the natural like pure swing. I feel like you see.
Yeah, it's like an Adam Scott.
I feel like he uses his legs a lot, which to your point, maybe he kind of has to just to get more momentum and stuff, or
on his tippy toes.
Right. So maybe I'll start doing that. Maybe that'll be my next technical adjustment. Is
getting up on you,
squatting and then rising up as fast as I can, which I guess is like the new thing, right, in golf.
Yeah. I mean, can you even do that at your age now? He's 22, Frank.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Hey, you can't talk about age over there, old man.
I mean, yeah, we'll say what you want, but
yeah. So he's my big winner. At least he obviously had a great West Coast swing.
Yeah,
and
for
sure. I don't know. I think he's gonna be in the thick of it this year.
Oh, for sure. I think he'll probably be around there. When he first came onto the tour, I think 2 years ago. I think he was. Yeah, it wasn't last year; it was the year before, I believe. Don't quote me on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a guy that I would always have on my DraftKings lineup.
Gotcha.
Because I knew he was going to be. It was like you heard a lot of chatter about him, and now he's kind of getting into his own. Obviously, been talking to Sergio a lot. I don't know if that's going to help or hurt him.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he takes all the good things from Sergio and the good things that Sergio's done. You can't take away, just don't start slamming shit. Don't be an idiot.
No, he doesn't seem like that, though. He doesn't seem like that.
You know what? I'm going to fix it, too, and I'm just going to start calling him Jocko, too.
Okay.
That'll help.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, I think that'll help a lot.
So who's your big winner this weekend?
Oh, my big winner is hands down Chris Kirk.
Yeah. Okay.
Chris Kirk, if you don't know, last year was it?
I think so.
He kind of took a leave of absence. He dealt with some depression and alcoholism, and this was actually his last tournament on the medical leave before he lost his PGA Tour card. He needed. Now, in this tournament at Waialae, he needed to, I believe, come in a tie for 33rd to get a conditional status on the PGA Tour, and he needed a top 3 in order to obtain his card back. What does this guy go do? He shoots a 65 on Thursday. shoots a 65 on Friday, then Saturday he shoots a 65, and then Sunday he shoots a 65. And
Unbelievable.
still loses, mind you, still loses, shooting 65 for 4 days straight, but he comes in a tie for second and he gets his condition, or he gets his status back. So that is, of all the stories, you know, Jocko made $1.37 million during these two. You know, Harris English wins. All these guys win. There was a lot of winners, but I think for him, just mentally, he seems in a great spot. Everything. He is. I was most happy for him, and he's my biggest winner.
Yeah, I don't have much else to say. I am unbelievable story. I mean, the fact
Yeah,
that I think there was 100 and how many people in the field? 100 and
I think.
something.
Yeah, 100. I think there's
30.
usually like 130, something like
I think it
that.
was 133. I thought
Yeah,
I was yeah, I think it was 133. And he comes
yeah,
in third, or it comes in tied for second.
yeah.
Um, when he needs to be top three. Like that is, I mean, that's
It's
a
unbelievable.
30 for 30. Like that is that
Oh
good,
shit! Yeah,
you know? Like
yeah.
so no, huge props to him. That's something you dream, I don't know, not dream about, but you kind of he probably went in going, man, let's just, you know,
Let's just do our
let's just
best.
do it.
Like,
Let's just go out there. Like I got nothing to lose here. Like more, you know,
exactly.
I've been through a lot. Let's just go do this. And he did it.
And that's the thing. I think he was in. I was reading an article about him, and I think the way he went into the tournament is like this isn't the be all end all kind of thing. Like if he has to go down to the Corn Ferry Tour and win again, he will. Like this isn't the last of his golf. Like yeah, he loses his card, but he's going to get exemptions. He's going to be able to play. Um, he would have had a lot more work to do, but I think he's up for it. You know,
Yeah,
golf is what he loves, and he dealt with a lot worse than having to come in second in a golf tournament. That's for
for sure.
sure. So props to Chris Kirk, and he was always he was one of my favorites anyway. Just the way he carries himself, he's just got that low key swagger, and he's real nasty at golf. So
Yeah.
can't really dislike him.
So
uh,
moving on from winners, before you get to your losers, because I know
yeah.
I think you have a few of those.
Yes.
My last winner, and if you have another winner, you can obviously say it, but Kisner, love that guy.
He
So
was on my list.
basically as a winner or a loser.
A winner.
Yeah, for sure. So he
Yeah.
goes out. If you didn't see the clip, he basically, a reporter asked him
This is hilarious.
first of all, the question was ridiculous.
It
First
was
of
a
all,
dumb question. Like,
why are you asking him this? He
yeah.
basically got asked can you win or you
Why show up is what they said.
if
He
you can't
said,
if you can't
yeah,
win
if
though.
you can't win, why show up? And
Right, and
his response was
but I think his first response was I can't win everywhere. Like I'm not going to win at
right,
Bethpage Black. Like I'm not going to win at those places because I don't hit the ball far.
right.
Like basically is what he was saying. And then the reporter was like, why show up? Why play? And he's like, they pay a lot of money to finish in whatever 30th. And
Yeah,
he goes out and finishes tied for 32nd and gets $34,000, which
exactly.
on tour doesn't seem like a lot, but man, good for him because he knows, obviously he's become more and more popular over the last 2
Absolutely.
years just because
Yeah.
of his people, people are huge fans of him.
Yeah.
But I think people like him because
He's
he's
just a
real.
southern boy that's good at golf and just loves it. And
Yeah, and he's just real. In that interview, he's just real. He's like, I know, like it's almost troubling a little bit because when you're a professional golfer, you would think that he thinks he can win anywhere he goes, right?
everywhere. And he's a
He's
top 25 player in the world too.
right,
Like that's the
exactly,
other
exactly.
thing. Like he's one of the best golfers in the world.
But he knows his limitations, and I think that's
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of it's nice to hear and a little bit of okay, that's awesome that he
He's
said
just a
that,
real dude.
and
Yeah.
he knows I'm not going to probably win this tournament, but I'm still going to make good cash.
30
And
grand. I just had
yeah,
a vacation in Hawaii,
yeah,
played four
exactly.
rounds at a sick ass course, and they gave me $34,000.
Yeah, yep,
Whatever.
yeah.
All right, let's get into some losers, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Hideki Matsuyama. huge loser this week.
Yep.
It was something crazy where in the two tournaments he lost like 13 strokes putting, which the hell if I know exactly what that article meant. Like it was very confusing, but that sounds detrimental to your golf game. Like, like I wouldn't want to lose 13 strokes putting. Like,
Yeah, like I think we read the same article. But I had the same reaction. I was like, I'm not exactly sure what they're saying.
whether it was
However,
like strokes gained, like whatever,
yeah,
like
however, that can't be good.
yeah, no,
Like
it wasn't good. He had two of the worst historically putting. Like we all know that he's a bad putter anyway, but now he went to a different level on this one. He finished second to last week, and I think it was like he actually didn't finish. He was like tied for 19th this week, so it wasn't like a horrible finish for him, but he was just god awful putting. If he could learn how to putt, I said it last week, he'd be up there, man.
yeah, and I know you guys like talked about this last week a little bit, so I'm not going to go into it too much. But like, it's unbelievable to me that he can, he's competing in the Masters like a couple months ago and like playing really well. And I forget what he finished in, but like he played really well in the Masters.
Yeah.
And then he comes out here and like he just can't putt. Like it's unbelievable to me sometimes. And like we all play golf, we know the struggles, but like to be that bad, yeah, yeah. Ronnie's raising his hand, yeah. Um, but to be that bad
Oh,
at like his age and like how long he's been doing it, it's honestly astonishing. But
it's
yeah, it
crazy.
sucks, man. It just sucks.
Absolutely, absolutely crazy. Obviously, we could brush over this one. Justin Thomas was probably a loser,
Yeah, yeah,
just because of everything that happened. Brush right over that. I said both courses were losers just because of the barrage of birdies that were like everyone birdied.
yeah.
It
I
was
wonder what
ridiculous.
I wonder what they actually think. Like my mind immediately goes to them. Like, do they think it's a problem? Like
I
as a
don't think they
course?
do, honestly. I
Yeah,
don't. I feel like it's always high. Like there's always birdies. The score is always high there. Um, I don't think they think it's a problem. I don't think anybody really thinks it's a problem. Maybe except for me saying it's a loser. But I would like to see it a little bit more competitive. But the other thing you got to think of is the first of the season, the first two tournaments of the season. Like go out there and make your birdies, boys. Like it's
that's what I was
fun.
gonna
It's
say.
fun to watch. It's fun. It's fun golf to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say that. Like beginning of the season, it's probably part of the reason. I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe we'll put the courses as rated.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, not
Not
underrated.
overrated, not
Yeah,
underrated, just
just
rated.
rated. Yeah, yeah.
That's a
No,
Deuce original.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
um, so do you have any losers? Or you want me to just run through these couple and then we can wrap this up?
Just run through it rapid fire.
I have two more. One on Thursday. I'm gonna call out Webb Simpson. He had a real issue with some sunscreen, like real bad. Just didn't rub it in, but
Oh, those are the worst.
it
I
was
didn't I
the
didn't see it,
worst. It
but
was
those are
the
the
worst. There was a couple guys out there that did it, but I'm calling out Webb because I saw him literally just like, dude, why have a caddy if he's not going to tell you rub the fucking sunscreen in?
look in the mirror or
Yeah,
like
and like anything. I don't
the
know.
worst people on the beach are the people that don't rub in sunscreen, like that
Oh
have it all over
God,
their face. Like you look like a jackass. Come on, let's
you
go.
literally look like an idiot. Like
Yeah,
kudos for I don't know protecting yourself against the sun.
right.
And I can't be too hard on him because he did just have COVID. But
True. But what does that? I
whatever.
mean, what does that have to do with rubbing sunscreen in? So
Maybe it was I don't know.
hopefully, I'm not a
Oh,
bad guy by saying that. I don't
you're canceled.
know.
But
Yeah.
the other thing I wanted to is a big loser is Patrick Reed's apparel contract. I think in a previous podcast I had said that he has a contract with G4. I later discovered that he doesn't have a contract and he just bought all of G4's clothing
Hmm.
and just did it himself.
So apparently he wants a G4
apparently.
contract.
But he picked out, I didn't say this, but he picked out a couple of the ugliest shirts there is. So they looked like, I don't know if you saw them. They were horrible, but it's a good
Well,
way to end the podcast.
if I wear G4, if I wear G4, maybe I'll get a contract too from them.
Yeah, maybe.